Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and the start of a new series on a new build. So we are currently working through the issues on the EOS. You'll see that. I don't know whether this video will come out before the first EOS video or it'll be after. Either way round, they're making progress on that. But something came up at Copart that I've been trying to get for a very long time, and that's a car for my wife. So let's just spin you round and show you what we've bought. We have 2019 Audi A3 8V. This is a 1 litre 3-cylinder automatic because my wife only wanted an automatic. I've been looking at various different cars for a very long time to try and find the right one for her, and they were just going silly money. I will include a clip in a second of me winning this on the auction.
Approaching minimum bid. New bidder. Bonus time. Bonus time.
Okay, so that's the auction. So 3,700 was the winning bid. So I think it came to about 4,400 in total. Let's have a look around. Obviously, this is the main bulk of damage here at the front. As you can see, it's taken a hit quite high up here. The headlights do work. This was delivered yesterday by Josh, as you'd have seen on the intro there of it wheeling off the loader. Yeah, so the headlights both work. I can't get the bonnet open. That's the main issue we've got at the moment. And I say it seems to be upper grille damage. There is a slight indent here in the slam panel, sorry, in the front impact bar. But when I looked online to buy another one, that's actually how it is. It's got like a curve there and then a curve there. Now it has fired off the pedestrian protection, which is where you've basically got two little actuators that sit just here on the hinges, and they fire up to basically raise the bonnet up in case anybody has an impact with the front of the car. It just avoids them hitting the windscreen. So yeah, so that needs to be addressed. Other than that, this wing has gone in here, and if we look down in the gap, you can see it's actually split straight across and away from the main chassis rail. So we need to get in there and find out what's going on. Other than that, we've got no damage apart from a little bit here where it's caught the edge of the front of the door, all the way around the car. I say the back, and I even noticed this last night. I thought it'd been spray, but it's not. It's got one of these kind of clear protectors on the rear to stop it from scuffing stuff. But yeah, other than that, it's looking good. If we come around to this side, we're all good down this side. All the panel gaps all fine. And now let's have a look on the interior. So one of the things I did notice on the listing for this, which was probably one of the reasons I was happy to spend a bit more money, is the fact that on here, see that? Bang & Olufsen speaker system, which was quite an expensive upgrade. And then, just getting in, so we've got full leather interior with tons and tons of receipts. So the one thing that amazed me when this car got delivered was the number of receipts was just lying around. We've got a pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses, and we do have, luckily, the locking wheel nut. So that's a good sign. It runs and drives, so I shall demonstrate that now. I'll keep remembering it's got a start-stop function, so. So that's running smooth. I don't want to leave it running too long until we get that bonnet open and have a look, but inspection 27 days. Let's just see if we can okay out that. Make sure there's no audio coming through. But yeah, so it's done. Just click that once. just shut this. But it's done 74,000 miles, just shy of 75, which actually doesn't put me off because my wife will probably do 200 miles a week at most, so it's going to stay really low mileage. We've got the upgraded bigger screen on this, so it basically has a hard drive based sat nav rather than the SD card based. I won't put the map on because I don't want to reveal where I live. In the inside, yeah, obviously we've got the standard airbags gone off. We've got the knee airbag. I'm trying to show you down there. So the knee airbag's gone off as well. Both the curtain airbags on both sides have gone. And obviously the dash, we've got damage on the windscreen here, which is a bit of a shame. Not quite sure how that's happened. Maybe something hit it from the outside, or hopefully no one from the inside hit it. But yeah, so I've been looking online. Dashboards range between sort of 350 to 650 pounds as a complete kit. I just need to work out the exact one because there are slight variation changes, because this is the facelift Audi A3 8V. So from 2017 up to early 2020, it has different headlights. The dash actually has this kind of emblem built into it, whereas on the earlier ones it doesn't. I said, yeah, 7-speed. I think 7-speed S-tronic, which is ideal for what the wife needs. I've been through, there's one piece of paper in here with the most recent service and inspection in MOT. So we've got a little bit of paperwork, but that's about it. When I was going through, nice Vision Express receipt there. Hopefully that had nothing to do with the accident. And the other thing that I found, which may give us a clue as to what happened while and who was driving it, is there's 2 of these in there. So yeah, a bit of a mystery as to what caused that kind of upper level damage. I would probably guess maybe gone into the back of a lorry, and that's caused it to kind of have that high up impact. But my main aim now is to get that bonnet open. So I'm going to cut back to you when we've got into that engine bay, and then we'll go from there. Okay, with a bit of persistence of Katie pulling on the handle and me kind of just wobbling the bonnet up and down, I managed to get it undone. Unfortunately, there's some more damage, which I was hoping wasn't going to be the case, but you know, you take a risk. So here you can see, I already figured the new slam panel would be needed, but as you can see here, it's hit it and the slam panel's gone right back, distorted all here and distorted all of here. And because it shoved everything, I think, that way, it's then pushed out the wing, split it there, and caused it to push pressure out here and in there, which is why it's caved in. This headlight has had, as you can see, that's got a nasty split in it, so that whole unit needs to be replaced. And I thought I'd get away with this one with gluing it. I might still, because that bit's come off, but I noticed it's also got some damage there. And these tabs, you can actually cut these off, and you see those 2 bits there, you can buy a repair kit, you put that on, screw it on, and it gives you a new lug. So I already planned on front bumper, grille, slam panel, bonnet potentially, but I think considering it's distorted, I'm just going to get a new one, and the wing. So I've just got to add 2 headlights onto that. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to strip the whole front end, get the bumper off, get the headlights out, and then I can kind of tackle where we are with the slam panel damage. I need to just like straighten it up a little bit while I wait for the new one to turn up, and I also need to get this wing off to have a look behind there, make sure there's no other damage, so I can order all the bits I need and get that here ready to rebuild it. So let's crack on with that. After a fair bit of work, and I did most of it off camera because trying to tackle a bolt, then bring the camera over, show you the bolt I'm trying to get off, I just thought, you know, let's get to the point, get it all stripped down, get everything off, and then I can kind of show you the process of refitting it when all the new parts turn up. But actually it's turned out to be pretty good, because if we look at the damage, it was all kind of focused, hand down, it was all kind of focused here around the top of the slam panel. So it tweaked the wing out, so that's now down there on the floor. Got the front bumper off, and I've left all the parts in it, so the sensors and everything else, because there's basically just one big connector that sits down here. and then you can take the bumper off with all the sensors and everything in it. So when the new bumper turns up, I'll build that up, transfer everything across. It's not damaged the water bottle. I say it is literally down to the slam panel, so there's been no damage on any of the legs. They're all absolutely fine. If we take off this plastic cover, you can see there the impact bar is completely fine, no damage to it whatsoever, nothing on the top, so it's definitely just over the top of it here. The only thing it's done is snapped a bracket off here, which goes to part of the slam panel, so we'll have to come up with something like that. Maybe I can get somebody out just to kind of weld it back on. I've kept the part, so I've got that. Other than that, absolutely fine. And even down here, if I scroll down, see, nothing behind there at all. The airbox is all cracked at the back, so this is the remains of the airbox, so we need to get a new one of those. I've just made up a list of all the parts and everything that I'm going to need. So we're going to go for new slam panel and get one of those brand new insurance approved part for about £85. So we'll get that in there first, and when that arrives we have to basically take off the front impact bar, and then it kind of sandwiches between the two, and then that'll secure the radiator in place. There's two air ducts, one this side and one this side, that need to go in. The wheel arch liner I've taken out just because I needed access to take all the bolts out. On the wing, I thought all the bolts came through from this way, and that's where that rubber insert was. Now you do still have to take the rubber insert off because you need to get access to these two bolts down here, but this bolt and this bolt were actually from the wheel arch side, so I just popped the wheel off, took the wheel arch liner out, unscrewed those two bolts, and then the other one at the top just up here came from the inside. So that's all done now. So I've refitted the door. Again, dead simple on these doors. Take the electrical connector off, make sure that's back on properly actually, there we go. Take the electrical connector off, take the two little grub pins out of there, and then you've just got your strap that stops the door from swinging back and forth, and you can bolt that as well. So that's all done. The only thing I'll probably do next is these actuators. Let me just show you on here, if we can get the angle out. You see that there, that actuator, this thing? Well, they basically, in the event of a crash, they fire and they raise the bonnet up. Now I need to check whether these hinges can be reset, because I think they can. If you see here, let me get the right angle on it. So you've got that little hook, and that sits just behind that there in place. So I'm wondering if I should buy the hinges with new actuators or just buy the actuators. Now the only risk you have is it's likely those hinges could have been bent in the impact, but we won't know that. So I can buy the parts separately. So I think I'll buy the two actuators first, and then I'll offer up the new bonnet with the new bumper and see how it sits with the existing hinges. And if they don't fit, then I'll fork out on an extra pair of hinges. I mean, they're about 100 quid, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I'm really happy. So even though this is classed as a category S, I can't see any structural damage on it whatsoever. I mean, brackets like this, they're not moved either. That's exactly where it needs to be to mount onto the wing and onto the bumper. So the only other bit that I need to check is these are crash sensors. There's one on this side and there's one on the other side as well. And if you look, there's this pipe. So if I get there, there's that pipe. And what happens in an impact, if that pipe gets crushed, it triggers that sensor, and then that sensor triggers those hinges. So we know that something has triggered it, so I need a new piece of foam, a new pipe, and I need to see if the sensors can be reset or whether I have to actually go out and buy a new pair, and if that is the case. But I'll do a bit of research. I know a few people that have rebuilt some Audis in the past, and they'll be able to tell me, hopefully. So for the time being, clip all this back in loosely. I'm going to stick a car cover on it and order a load of parts. Front tyres, I noticed just here, they're getting pretty much down to the wear marks. The one thing in the listing I didn't mention, which I really liked, is on the photos, I took a photo of every single one. Every single one has a set of Michelin tyres. Now, this car, like I said, has done about 74,000 miles. That's always a good sign that somebody has spent the right money on maintaining it if they put a good set of tyres on. So I'll probably put 2 new front tyres on it as well. But yeah, like I said, just turn you around. Really happy. I mean, really happy with the progress I've made in just one day, and the result that we've got is what I wanted. The car is as I expected, so it's great. Yeah, I'm gonna have fun with this one. You tell me what you think. Is there anything else we should do to this? I mean, literally the front bumper, the sport model bumper, is pretty much the same price as the S-Line bumper. Should I change it? Should I upgrade it? Should I keep it the standard? I mean, for my wife's car, she's not going to be fussed if it looks like a Sport or an S-Line, but I don't know. Do we do a facelift on it, or do we just leave it as it is? But you tell me in the comments, and you know, we'll go from there. So I hope you enjoyed the latest video and the introduction on the new car. I'm just going through and doing the editing, so I thought I'd quickly record the outro. Just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who subscribed. If you've taken the time to watch this video, please like if you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up button. If you've not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you know every time I upload a new video, and you'll be able to follow the progress on the Audi A3. Hope everyone's having a great weekend and has a good week going forwards, depending on when you watch this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks very much for watching.